ass years ago, man.
Hey, bro, let me tell you something. I quit my job.
Yeah, I did too.
I quit my job, and when I tell you that chicken boxes from New York were like, it felt like I was eating a 4-course meal. I'm talking about 2 wings and a box of fries. I think it was Kennedy chicken.
Oh, man.
Bro, when I tell you, like, we were scrounging to get money together just so we can feed each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never say that I regret it, but I would have made a lot of smart, like, my moves would have been smarter.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I think a lot of artists, producers, are just in general sacrifice for the big payoff. Yes. And they forget about reality. And I know for a fact I did that so many times, and looking back, I'm like, I think I would have tweaked that a little bit. And
man,
you know what I'm saying? Kept that job and, you know, fed my family, and then I had money to pay for this, you know, instead of just going for broke. But yeah, that's some good advice, man. That's some very good advice.
Appreciate it.
All right, so you've been doing the rap thing for a minute, MCing.
Okay.
And we haven't heard anything from you too lately, but when you were doing it, man, I came to this as a rapper who needed beats, therefore I picked up production and fell in love with it.
Right.
So I love rap music, but when I heard you, I was shocked. You know, a lot of people, when they do one thing and so they do something different, people get thrown off. And I was like, yo, this dude got bars, got skills, you got an ear, so I can tell you've been putting attention to it.
Thank you.
How does being a writer or MC affect the way you approach making your music?
That's a good question. It's being a producer, a music maker. For some reason now, I hear the entire song, and there's an interpretation that I believe the track should have.
Okay.
And not everybody nails it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll do it myself.
Okay, gotcha.
But as of late, man, that whole writing thing just kind of got tired to me, because what I do on the mic and what these new rappers do on the mic,
two different things.
And I'm never gonna want to compete with that, because I'm not gonna dumb down. And I just think, honestly, it's not for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I still hear cadence, bro.
Yeah.
I still hear cadence, and I hear, like, Kendrick is
a,
oh my goodness, he's my favorite artist right now.
Same here.
But it sounds like when he listens to music, he understands that there's something to be interpreted from the music, and that's a real listener. That's a pure listen right there. And, and it's great to see that there's somebody doing it and people are standing up and listening. Yeah,
which is something that's rare nowadays, because there was a time where someone like Kendrick could have been slept on heavily, but for some reason he was able to translate what he does to the masses.
No, he was. I mean, the funny thing about it is, they tried to sleep on this album.
They did. They really did.
They tried to sleep on this album.
Really
thank you, Grammys, for
you
know what I'm saying? Waking people up. Yeah. That album, man.
When that album came out, I lost my mind several times, man.
Brother, you have no idea.
Several times. But I think, to me, it was you know, we're in a similar age bracket. I ain't gonna all that, but we come from the era of hip hop having more than one cadence.
Yeah.
And having layers and depth to it.
Yes.
And so when I heard the album, I'm like, okay, this guy got jazz, he got funk.
Yes.
He's doing poetry.
Right.
He's doing bars about content.
Right.
I'm like, this is foreign. I knew from the first listen people were not gonna get it.
Right.
But when they did, it kind of threw me back. I'm like, whoa, we're making a new transition, man, into a different era.
It's some sort of a renaissance, but if people really do their homework, it's a revolution. It's revolving.
It really is. It's coming right back around.
It's revolving.
Yeah.
When you turn around and you go into the studio with a Terrace Martin, who's amazing. He's a musical genius. Fauntleroy, James Fauntleroy. When you go in with Thundercat, what do you expect?
Right.
What do you expect? Like, if you turn around and you made them dumb down and play a sample over, like, it's, to me, it's like you're not giving yourself due diligence. Like, it's, let them be them.
Yeah, that's a collective of geniuses, man. Let them
I thought that was amazing. That's amazing.
In your endeavors in music in the future, do you ever plan to do anything similar where you bring in other instrumentalists and let them just evolve what you're taking to another level?
I would love to, if I can find those with the right state of mind, because there's so many people that they want to be down, but they want to be down with me because I'm close to Dre.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of just chilling out and just making music.
Right.
They want to be down because they see a finish line, they see a pot of gold, instead of understanding there's dues that we have to pay.
Right.
We have to get to know each other. We have to understand that this is a creative process, and if they don't understand that there's a process to it,
right,
and they automatically like, well, so what's my share and what's my, like, I'm like, man, I'm the most fair person on the planet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't like dealing with ego, man.
Yes.
I don't. And so I just haven't, like, it's been a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Because there are things I hear in my head that I know I can't.
Right.
I can't play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I just don't like dealing with everybody's stuff.
Yeah. And similarly, man, who are some of your favorite artists to work with?
Oh, wow. Marsha is one of my favorites in the studio. Busta's energy is some of my favorite. Those are two of my favorites to work with. Let me see. I love working with Dre. I really do. Like, he pushes me out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate him for that. I love watching John work. I love watching him do his thing. I love working with Exhibit, J.O. Felony. Like, it's, as of late, I think I'm kind of where Dre is. I only want to work with people that I feel comfortable around.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And it's been a blessing so far.
On the flip side of that coin, and you don't have to mention names, of course, but are there any artists that you've had a history with working with that you say, nah, I'm good, I won't do that anymore?
No.
Wow.
No. I've had some run-in with egos.
Okay.
With certain artists, but I would definitely put myself back out there to work with them again. Because if it wasn't for the work that we did in the past, I wouldn't be here now.
That's what's
You know
up.
what I'm saying? So I would never turn around and burn a bridge.
Okay, that's what's up, yeah. You think we can ever look forward to hearing a Focus Kendrick Lamar collaboration?
Bro,
Because I would be
I'm speaking that into existence. I just saw him at Coachella.
Okay.
And I got to shake a hand. Because it's funny, we've done 4 or 5 songs together. Never met him.
Wow.
When he was working at Record One, when we were doing Compton, he was on the mic already, so I didn't want to go in and, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up leaving before he finished. So we never really, like, we were in the same places, but we never shook a hand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even J-Rock is one of the homies. And I've known J-Rock longer than all of them over at TDE, but it's like, real talk, I want to work with Kendrick, Schoolboy. I even dig Ab Soul. You know what I'm saying?
I love Ab Soul stuff,
I think he's
man.
so dope.
He's on another plane of thought, man.
Yeah,
I love that.
and I think that's what makes them so dope. Like that whole black hippie thing. I dig it. I dig it. You know what I'm saying?
They're 4 different cats with 4 different mentalities.
Yeah, man.
Coming together. That's just.
It's dope.
Yeah,
it's dope. It's really dope.
It's something else, man. Are there any other artists that you really, when you listen to them, you get the inspiration to say, I really want to work with them that you haven't worked with?
D'Angelo, Raphael Sadiq,
Ooh-wee.
Kim Burrell,
Yeah.
Brandy.
Yeah.
Brandy has been singing. She's been a singing fool lately, bro.
Yeah.
And her voice has always been pristine to me.
A1.
She's one of my favorite singers.
Yeah.
But I would love to work with her. I worked for her before, but I would love to work with her. Mary J. Blige, of course, because she's one of my greats.
Veteran.
Yeah. So I'm at that point where I don't. If it's not somebody new that's just really knocking me out of my chair, I just want to work with, like, vets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's a
like,
different mentality.
Yeah, man.
You know,
like it's not. You're not making run of the mill stuff. Like I don't want to just go in there and we need a record. Like, I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
That is that. I've talked to a lot of producers and they say that's their pet peeve.
I can't stand it, bro.
Yeah, man. And I know how it kills creativity, man. When you're trying to breathe something fresh and new, and then execs are coming. We need a knockoff version of,
Bro, it's like you literally put me in a cage.
Yeah.
And brought me in a room and said, you have the freedom to do anything, but kept me in the cage.
Right.
There is no freedom.
There's no freedom.
I'm caged in. You told me that you want this and you won't accept anything else, and that's I can't stand that because it's still happening now.
Yeah, it is.
It's still happening now. Even with all the different stuff on the radio, y'all are still. We need another one of those.
Yeah, play it safe records.
It doesn't make sense.
Just.
It's bad that there's so many people with entitlement issues.
Yeah.
There's so many people with egos, instead of looking at it as a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So those are my pet peeves.
Yeah.
If you really have to come up to me and tell me you're the hottest thing since sliced bread, but you don't have a deal, then you're not the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Right.
Just let's kill the egos.
And let the music speak.
Yeah, let the music speak. Like, you never know if you're killing an opportunity. If you already ticked me off and now I'm listening to your music, I'm listening to your music mad.
Right.
Instead of listening to it like, oh, he actually has some potential in this.
And a lot of people, myself included, I had forgot that for a long time, man, that people associate your music with you. It's not just what you put out and your talent. You could be the most talented.
Yeah.
But if your personality is off, people will hear you through those ears and they're like, this dude's good, but he's an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to hear him right now.
Yes.
So yeah, that's one thing I've learned over the years is to have a personality that matches with what you're trying to put out, so people can respect you.
Yeah, be a person.
Yeah,
be a
point
person.
Blank period, man. Point blank period. That was gonna say that was the real difference too. I noticed between you and a few of my other friends who are similar, is that you sit down and talk to a person. If you can feel that you're relating to this person, they're relating to you. It's a difference between sitting down with somebody who's got, like they're on their phone and they're like, it's a difference. It's like you're there with them as opposed to they're not there, or they're just there for the moment or the opportunity, like you spoke with Dr. Dre. Yeah. It's a difference.
I think a lot of people need to understand the truths behind this thing, because if you go into a meeting and homie's on his computer, on his phone, he's not listening.
Right.
He's not listening. I don't care who you are, even if you're a friend of mine.
Right.
If I come down and I play something for you and you find it more important to text or do something in that moment, then just tell me. And we won't have the listening meeting now. We'll do it another time.
Right.
It
shows your priority.
Yeah. Just if you're gonna have a listening meeting, then listen.
Yeah.
I
will say that too. Since I've been in California, I've never noticed this much narcissism and entitlement.
Yes.
Anywhere else, man.
Yes.
From the way people drive to the way they carry themselves.
100%. It's me first out here.
And this is a question I wanted to get to too. I know there are a lot of pitfalls you've avoided just from experience, but have you ever come head to head with like dealing with people's entitlement in this music game where you had to step back and say, okay, let me approach it differently?
Yes.
Okay.
Every day.
Yeah.
That's not even a thing that you're ever going to avoid.
Yeah.
Because the funny thing about it is we as humans wake up thinking about us first. It's very rare when somebody wakes up and goes, oh my goodness, how can I service somebody else?
Right.
The first thing is like, oh, I don't feel like it. How do I feel? It's self-preservation. It's self-entitlement. It's self, whatever you want to call it, but it's self. It's about you. And so many people are focused this way. And they blame out that way.
Yeah.
But they're focused here instead of looking like, maybe I can change me and that'll change that situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could sit down and talk about this.
Yeah, that's a whole nother one.
Yeah.
But that is an important thing though in this game, I see, man, just from being involved and seeing other people avoid some of those pitfalls and avoiding some myself. Focus on what you could bring to the table rather than what you could take away from it.
Bro.
Help others instead of focusing on all, me, myself, and I.
and the funny thing about it, I'm glad you said that, because Exhibit says I bring the table to the table.
Yeah.
But now I'm saying I bring able to the table.
Yeah.
Ability.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring the entire rest of the word. You can bring the T all you want, but I'm going to bring the able to the table. And it's like right now, I think a lot of people keep sitting at the table expecting a meal.
Yeah.
And they're there with their hands out instead of coming there and going, maybe we have to rebuild the table, or we might have to put in some work. And it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
Very vital, man.
It is.
Very vital. Well, listen, man. We covered some areas I had planned in mind, and we covered some areas I didn't even expect to get into, but this has been a good one, man. And I appreciate you coming out, man.
No problem, man. Thank you.
It's always a good pleasure sitting down talking to you, and I learn something new every time, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, same here. All right, this has been D-Ski the Ill Eagle. Focus, and we out.
I'm doing good. How are you? Good.